Hi, I'm Zach, and this is Challenger Vedic Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the channel. Alright, today we're doing the July tarot reading for Cancer, Ascendant, Moon, and Sun signs. And if you like this video and want to see more great content like it, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me and the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, Cancer. These are your Vedic Sidereal placements, not your Western Tropical. So, if you don't know your placements, you can look up a free birth chart calculator online, or get a much more detailed birth chart from my website. But I use your placements, your Vedic Sidereal transits, to confirm your reading. So it's very important. Now, I'm going to kick things off with the Celtic Cross with the tarot, and then we'll close things out with the Kipper Oracle spread. I'm going to lay out your cards, and then we'll talk about it. Alright, Cancer. So, overall energy, we have the Moon. There's something hidden here. Something that either you're not seeing. Could be depression that you're dealing with. The Moon can represent that. Especially because the symbolism on the Moon card are canines. A coyote or wolf and a dog. These are tied to Ardra, which is a Nakshatra or constellation of heartbreak and sorrow and depression. Okay. Now, the heart of the matter, Ten of Pentacles. There was a living situation, a committed relationship, but the challenge, Eight of Cups. Challenge is there's an emotional disconnect, or someone walked away. Okay. My head just itched and I felt the need to scratch it. Some of you may be scratching your heads over this. Okay. But for your focus here, Three of Pentacles. You're focused on building towards something, on working on something. Maybe you want to work together with this person, try to fix things. Maybe you're just spending more time with friends. Three of Pentacles can be friends, even coworkers. Okay. In the past, we have the Tower. There was a sudden upheaval. Sudden disaster struck. Now, it doesn't always have to be disaster, but that's how things are looking here. Now, your strength, the Five of Wands. You have the strength to fight a battle, is what you're showing me here. Okay. Now, in the immediate future, we have the Magician. You're manifesting something here. What that is, I'm not sure. We'll see when I clarify. But something's being brought in. Now, supportive energy, Knight of Wands. Taking action on something that you're passionate about. And the hidden energy, we have the King of Pentacles. Okay. So there's someone here that you don't really... This could be how they feel. This could be their actions. But this particular King of Pentacles has a canine on the card. So, either this person can be somewhat destructive, or they themselves are experiencing heartbreak and sorrow. Okay. But this is someone who does well in their material world. Someone who's grounded and practical. Now, this could be the person that you're dealing with. But, for the hopes and fears, Nine of Wands. Fearing that there's a wall up. Hoping that there's a wall up. That could also be the case. But, fearing that you have to keep persevering. That things are going to remain difficult. Okay. Nine of Wands is like the wounded soldier card. But, potential outcome, we have the Nine of Cups. There's some kind of emotional wish fulfillment here. Emotional balance is coming into play by the end of July. So let's see what this is all about. Why the moon? For that overall energy. Okay, King of Pentacles, Five of Wands, the World. Okay, so what's hidden from you here is the closing out of this cycle of constant conflict. Now, this is tied to the King of Pentacles, which is in that hidden energy. So it looks like they want to close out this conflict too. Yeah, Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this is very clear. Page of Cups is a small emotional offer. This can even be an apology. But either way, it's reaching out emotionally. Okay. Why the Ten of Pentacles for the heart of the matter? Page of Wands, Two of Wands, the Five of Cups. Okay. Okay, there was some excitement for this committed relationship at one point. Not a lot. This is just a page. But over a long period of time, it turned into sorrow and past regrets. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. And now you're independent and single from this. That makes perfect sense. Moon is in Vishaka and opposite Bharani. So, Vishaka is a Nakshatra or constellation tied to a split, which, yes, can mean a breakup. And opposite Bharani, Bharani is the Nakshatra of death and endings. So, clearly, we're talking about a relationship that came to an end. Okay. Why the Eight of Cups for the challenge? Alright. Queen of Cups, the Moon, the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So, the challenge is emotionally disconnecting from this. Now, I'm getting this as your energy. And it's because you're confused when it comes to that moon. That hidden energy of closing out this conflict. You're still weighing up whether or not you want to do that. Whether you want to close out this conflict with this person or just walk away. Yeah, Hangman. You're keeping yourself in Hangman mode, trying to get a different perspective. Just be careful you don't keep yourself stuck there. Why Three of Pentacles in your focus? Okay. Nine of Swords, Queen of Swords, the Devil. Okay. When it comes to working on things here, you're showing me a lot of stress and anxiety. It looks like... So far in this reading, now, the sex of the cards doesn't matter in tarot. It's about the energy. But so far, I'm gathering that you are being represented by queens in this reading. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. But I'm getting stress and anxiety here, and because of that, when it comes to working on things, with the Devil and the Queen of Swords, see, Queen of Swords can be very intelligent, very sharp, but also cutting with their words. And with Moon being opposite, well, in Vishaka, Vishaka is tied to splits. So yes, cuts as well. And opposite Bharani, Bharani's tied to being judgmental. Now, with the Devil, that's an unhealthy habit. And it's because of the stress and anxiety. There's a lot of fear here tied to this as well. So, if you don't want to lash out at this person that you're dealing with, try to tone that back a little. Try to be more open-minded. Now, this does not apply if this is someone who is outright abusive, of course. In that case, you're probably better off emotionally disconnecting. Not probably, you are, but it's up to you. Okay. But Knight of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this is tied to that supportive energy. Some action being taken. So action being taken towards working on things, possibly. But why the Tower there in the past? What happened there? King of Swords, 8 of Cups, 10 of Wands. Okay. So the sudden disaster in the past was someone was very determined to emotionally disconnect because things were incredibly difficult. Temperance is at the bottom of the deck. Now, I'm gathering both of you are being patient, trying to heal and balance things out, at least for yourselves as individuals. Now, with it being a king there, like I said, they're represented by kings in this reading. This could have been them who walked away, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. From what I'm seeing. Alright, why the Five of Wands in your strength? Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So, you're showing me you have the strength to fight this battle. This sense of loss when it comes to this person that you had a lot of love for. But now you're independent and single from. Pretty simple. Now, you're showing me you're single from them, but you're still fighting with them. Now, that could just be energetically, but I don't know. Maybe you all are still living together, despite no longer being in a relationship together. Or you're going to their house and throwing things through the window. Hopefully that's not the case. Six of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, though. What you really want to do is balance things out. You don't want to be in conflict with this person. Okay. Why the Magician in the immediate future? Okay. So, this is not good energy. We have the Magician and the Five of Swords, Ace of Wands, Ten of Swords. Now, this could be fear, but with the Magician there, you're more so manifesting this. So this is being brought in. Now, we can manifest all kinds of terrible things for ourselves. This is one of those terrible things. Now, manifestation is subconscious. You don't have a lot of control over this. Unless you're some spiritually realized yogi master. But, Magician and Five of Swords, that is a combination that shows manipulative energy. Magician's about manipulating the elements. Five of Swords is about manipulating people. So, there's something about action being taken that's very manipulative when it comes to this painful ending, this betrayal. Mind games are being played here. Now, this could be you. I'm hoping not. Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Once again, I see there's this underlying energy of wanting to balance things out. Just make sure it's being done in a healthy way. Don't be manipulative. And don't let yourself be manipulated either. Alright. Why the Knight of Wands in the supportive energy? Okay. King of Wands. The Six of Swords. The Ten of Cups. So, there's a ramp up in action being taken. You showed me a Page of Wands when it came to this committed relationship for the heart of the matter. Now you're showing me a knight that's becoming a king. You're showing me you're moving towards happiness. this happily ever after with the Ten of Cups. Happy family, happy relationship, possibly even kids. Four Cups is at the bottom of the deck, though. What you've been dealing with is disappointment. Okay. So let's see the hidden energy with this King of Pentacles. What they really want here. Okay. Four Cups, the Sun, the Three of Cups. Okay. There's disappointment here. This person wants happiness. Now, there is something here, though, about reuniting. Three of Cups can be a reunion. We have the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Clearly, there was a betrayal here. Ten of Swords and Seven of Swords have shown up. Both cards of betrayal. Now, it could be this person plans to reject an offer of reconciliation if you're the one that brings that to them. Or maybe not plans to, but will reject that. But Seven of Swords can also be tied to avoiding something. So it could be avoiding this reconciliation. But I do see either way, they want to close out a conflict. So this may not be, being together again, but at least the end of a conflict. Let's see the Nine of Wands for the hopes and fears. Six of Pentacles, High Priestess, the Nine of Cups. Okay. So, you are fearing that there's going to be a wall up. Your intuition's guiding you to balance things out, especially for yourself emotionally. But also with this person, because otherwise why would there be a wall up? Unless you're putting the wall up yourself, which makes no sense. Three of Wands, though. You're looking forward to this. Okay, so let's see the Nine of Cups for the potential outcome for July. Okay, Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Star. There's a solid new opportunity here. That's very healing. And is a big wish fulfillment. Also, it could be something here about healing yourself physically as well. Queen of Wands and King of Wands can both be very physical cards. So, there could be something about an opportunity to heal even physically here. But either way, I'm seeing a solid opportunity that is some kind of wish fulfillment. It's tied up to the Three of Pentacles, which we saw in your focus, where you were afraid to work on things. So this could be in regards to working on things with this person. So if you know that's what you're wishing for, then yeah. But let's get the final cards. High Priestess, Ace of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. So, your intuition's telling you that there's basically going to be a change of heart here. There's a change when it comes to love. Now, Wheel of Fortune, especially upright, is a change for the better. Now, if there was a negative card after the Wheel of Fortune, maybe it wouldn't be. But here, yeah, it's a change for the better when it comes to love matters. Now, I do see you would have gone through the end of a relationship, or at least possibly the end of a relationship, because Saturn, your 7th lord of relationships, is in your 8th house of endings. But also Jupiter is in your 12th house of loss. So definitely going through a loss of some kind. Now, Mars and Ketu being in your 2nd house, I also see conflict with family, disconnecting from someone you considered family. Okay. But at the bottom of the deck, we see the 7 of Wands. So I definitely see you're still going to be defensive when it comes to dealing with this person. Just try not to overdo it, is all I'm going to say there. But alright, let's look at your oracle cards and see what's going on there. Alright. Let's see here, Cancer. One more shuffle. Alright. Alright, there's definitely something important about your living situation right now. This could even be a real estate matter. But we have mature man, house, and community. Okay, so there's something here about an older man. This could be you. This could be someone you know. But it looks like they're tied to your community. Now, community can be family, friends, even neighbors. But it is tied to a living situation, for sure. Now, we also have official person, family room, and privileged lady. Okay. So, this is someone of high status, this privileged lady, or this is some woman that you're dealing with. Once again, tied to a living situation. This could even be a landlord you're dealing with. Okay, let's clarify. A lot of focus on the home, though. Now, let's see, home is sign of Libra. Now, 4th house isn't really relevant transit-wise for you right now, but it could be from one of your other zodiac signs that the 4th house is relevant. But either way, 2nd house of family, which can even be, being in a relationship where you're living with a person, that's astrologically a marriage. Okay, but why mature men? Okay. Scissors, disappointment in some affair, and firecracker, excitement. Okay, so where there was disappointment, I see something exciting happening. Why house? Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. And table, hard work ahead. Okay. So, it's not going to be easy when it comes to a real estate matter or when it comes to, like I said, working on things with someone that you live with. Whether you're this older man or dealing with this older man. Why community? Purse, pay attention to your finances. And rose, romance is in the air. Okay. So yeah, there could also be something going on with your finances, with Mars and Ketu being in the 2nd house. If you're not careful, there could be some conflict with people in your family in particular when it comes to finances. Now, let's see, your house of friends is Taurus. Nothing's really affecting Taurus right now outside of, let's see, no, Saturn's not aspecting. No, okay. So yeah, nothing's affecting Taurus, so it's not tied to friends. This is family. Alright. But, once again, I see working on the romance in a relationship here that you were in with this person, who you were living with. Key factor. Alright, why official person? Desk, pay attention to your work. And crown, honor and respect will come to you. Okay. So, this is apparently you achieving this high position, being an official person. But make sure you are working hard. Mars and Ketu in the second house definitely shows you earning money. Mars mainly. But Ketu there shows you could also be a little headless with your money. Now, when it comes to your career, though, Saturn is in your 8th house. Saturn is the significator of career. So there can be sudden changes in your career. If you work hard, though, these changes can be for the better. So that could be a sudden change in your profession. Rising to a higher point in your profession. Alright, why family room? Beetle, good fortune. And dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. Now, pleasure with a close friend, that can be a relationship with someone that you once considered a friend. This could even be something about getting a dog. Now, your 6th lord is in the 12th house, Jupiter, in the Nakshatra of Ardra right now, which is tied to dogs. So you could get a dog, especially if it's a foreign dog or if you're traveling far to get this dog. Just an extra message for y'all. Okay, my privileged lady. Fan, romance, celebration, party, and harp, great happiness. Okay, I definitely see here, if you are willing to work hard on this relationship, things can be mended here between you and this person. Now it's going to take work on both sides, of course. I'm not saying you should put in all the work, they do nothing, and everything just goes back to the way it was. No. I'm talking about building the relationship back better than before with both of you putting forth effort into that. Now, if they're not willing to do that, or if you're not willing to do that, move on. Start a new relationship with someone else. Okay. But that's my advice for you. Yeah. If you like this video though, Cancer, and you want to see more great content like it, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me and the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, the links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.